And of course, so many of you wonderful people out there have written us letters, notes, and so forth, and asked, was I going to come back? Had I disappeared? No, sweet people, I haven't disappeared, and yes, I am still here. Although I am here and I have some very serious thoughts, but before that, Keys in Rotterdam, thank you for Hans in Austria for your funny little drawings. You must be a cartoonist. Thank you for Bobby. Of course, Bobby, you are the greatest of all happy note writers. And thank you for your sweet note from Santa Barbara. And then we have here Bernadette from San Francisco. Hey Bernadette, that was a good idea you had. Super, keep it up. Linda, your vegetable garden that you speak about, your mom, your dad, your children. I wish you the very best for setting up a settlement like this. And I agree. And here we have Svern. Is that, did I say that right, Svern? At least I read that on your note. And Svern, yes, it's true. What I have spoken about and what you read in my prophecies, yes, it's coming about. This is the time. And I hope that you can start to prepare yourself to be empowered and to have some strength. So also for the lovely people from Taiwan, and let me not forget to say hi, hello to the beautiful people that there's so many beautiful people that I was fortunate to have lunch with and dinner with, and who all came to see me in Taipei. And yeah, a beautiful country. But you know, even this should be then maybe also somewhat of a lead-in, because in your city, when I was taken to certain parts of your city, there are a lot of spirits, or would you call them ghosts. And that brings me to the place of remembering World War II, remembering Tiananmen Square, remembering all the people, Africa, everywhere where people have needlessly died because of selfishness, of greed, uncompassion and hatred. When so many people speak about World War II, up with no family whatsoever, they were trucked off or driven by horse and cart, or railroad, definitely the last trip on railroad to the concentration camps, and then the others that were just blatantly shot where they were. And it brings me back to remembering all these atrocities that are going on. And when we say African lands, we go from Ethiopia and we sweep through that whole continent. And then we go across and we go to this other part. When we say, you cannot have any weapons, you cannot defend yourself, but I have the largest weapon, cash stash, anyone could ever hold in a very tiny country. But if I wanted to have equality and I wanted to have peace, then everything needs to come to equality. When we look at what has taken place, and this has nothing to do with anti-this, anti-that, for this or for that. This is just having a clear judgment. When people say, oh, there were so many Jewish people murdered during World War II. Yes, but why don't you say there were so many people murdered and they were Protestants, gypsies, very, very, very intelligent people from the universities, people that were taken, Jewish people, people that were taken for experimentation by Bayer. And all of you, are you popping your Bayer aspirins? Just think how many children and how many people in these concentration camps. Of course, many of you are not aware of that, but I happen to know. I happen to know from the many discussions I've had with some of the survivors of these concentration camps. Some were children, some were not children, of the experimentations and the horrific things that went on. But before that, before they were rounded up in Europe, here the experimentations were already in full swing in Canada. The Roman Catholic Church already was into a motion, into a movement in the late 1700s, 1800s of rounding up important First Nations people to take them in cages, my ancestors, to Europe. That the Roman Catholic Church apologized. They wanted to do restitution. They said they apologized to First Nations. Hullabaloo! Did they give restitution? No. The Anglican Church said they were sorry for what they did and did as much as what they could do to assist. Now, when so many of you can get very angry at this tape, many of you can say, wait a minute, what she is saying is the bare, naked truth. You see, the truth can't be dressed up. The truth is always naked. And for the things I realized and experienced and saw, and I have to be very blunt and blatant, my custodial mother, the mother of this body, her family were assisted by the Jewish community when the Roman Catholic Church basically tossed them into the wild, cold, not knowing the country, not knowing the language. They were just tossed out there because they were not suitable for the Roman Catholic religion. And it was the Jewish community that helped them, that empowered them, that educated some of them, including her, and a very good education, I must say. Then we go also to the so many of you that are out there, and pardon me for coming back to you and say, follow hard in your racism and your hatred. The Netherlands has become like a melting pot of people from all over the planet. They are living there. They are existing there, working together, going to school, getting educated, and so forth. When we look at what is taking place in some other parts, then I have to catch my breath. And foremost, I must warn you. And I'm seriously coming to this place of giving you a warning. Spiritual people, not the religious ones, truly spiritual beings who live from the soul will look out for each other. Doesn't matter, race, creed, color, horse, dog, cat, it doesn't matter, because their soul is active and alive. It cares. It understands.